So there's a lot of talk on forums about boiling pinch rollers, rubber belts, to kind of bring them back to life, even if it's temporary. Some people say it's great, been doing it for years. Other people say don't do it, it's not worth it. On this deck, actually, in particular, I bought this as a parts deck along with another one, and this one, it needed some work, but the biggest problem in it was the belts. The belts were slipping. So, if you remember, or if you saw the video, I boiled the belts. There's more of them than just this. This is just one of them. But as you can see, I pulled it off the shelf to do this test, and it didn't play at all. Took it apart, and the belts are slipping, and you can see the shape that the belt's in. Now, I tried reboiling this one. It didn't do anything. So it does work, but it's just a temporary solution. So like I said, put new belts in it today, and it's got all new belts. There's a couple cracked gears that are glued together. I'm going to order new ones. Recap the whole thing. And the main problem that I'm having right now, well, besides the fact that there's no eject buttons and I have to order them, is the pinch rollers. There's a lot of wow and flutter. So I'm going to pull these pinch rollers out, and we're going to boil them and judge the difference before and after. So what I want to do is, I have a calibration cassette. I'm not sure how good it is, but at least we have a standard to work from. And so that, oh, wrong deck. So if we look at the wow and flutter meter, it's what are we off about? We'll say it's peaking around 1.2%. And also notice the frequency is actually off. That's a 3 kilohertz sine wave, and it's showing it as 2.9. So I got to up the speed a little bit on the motor. The motor's dragging a little bit. That could also be due to a bad pinch roller, but I would imagine it would be above and below 3. But we'll see what happens after we boil it. It's very easy to adjust the speed. So let's boil it and see what happens. So I just pulled one out. As you can see, it's gone. It's just going to be for the forward playback, and it's right here. And normally I would want to take the whole mechanism back out again to get these out properly, but I was able to reach in there with a screwdriver and pop it loose. And so we'll just do one for now, because I'm going to replace all these anyway, but I just want to see if this makes any difference. So I've already cleaned this off with some isopropyl alcohol first, just to get all the crud, as much of the crud off of it as I could. And from all the methods that I've read, everybody pretty much agrees: distilled water, bring it to a boil, drop it in, and let it sit for about half hour. That's close enough. So everybody says you take it out of here, drop it in cold water, ice water, and let it sit for a few minutes. Alright, so it's back in, and let's see if there's any difference. And no, it's actually the same way it was. Oh, it's actually even worse. Tell you what, I'm going to take the roller back out and give it a good douse with isopropyl rubbing alcohol, and just kind of clean it off, as maybe take a layer of rubber off and see if that does anything. So I took the roller out, cleaned it with rubbing alcohol, and basically just gave it a bath and tried to take off at least, one layer of rubber. And as you can see, it's about the same. It's not any different. So did boiling help? I don't think it did. Matter of fact, if I take the tape out and go to the reverse side, it's about the same. And that kind of makes me wonder, is there something else that's causing the wow and flutter? Everything looked pretty clean. Everything was well lubricated inside. But these are both old pinch rollers, so it could just be that. So I don't know. I'm going to order new ones, because I'm assuming it's going to need it anyway. And we'll see what happens, goes from there. I don't know the quality of the new ones I'm going to get, because Sony, I don't think really anybody makes them anymore. So you can't buy new old stock, because it's still rubber. It'll still be old and dry. People make them. There is one guy, I think his name is Tim. I don't know. I have to look it up. But he makes them at his home. but he charges like $50 to $75 a piece. So for this one, well, that'd be, you know what, $200 just for all 4 pinch rollers, at least. So I don't know if I want to go that route. I may get some cheap ones off eBay and just see how good they are. We will find out. So not really a happy ending, but it's something I wanted to try. If anybody has any ideas, any suggestions, things I could try, I'm all ears. So, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to take this back apart. I am going to order a new gear. So I am going to order new pinch rollers for it. And I have to get this gear. Let me see, where is it? You can see there it is. It's hard to see, but it's this one here. It's a spur gear. It's the same size that's used on almost every Sony cassette deck of this era, and they go bad. It's typical Sony. They use plastic everything. They tried to press fit a plastic gear onto a metal shaft and expect it to last, and well, you can imagine metal against plastic over time. Plastic gets older, dries out, and it just cracks, and that's what happens to all these. So I'm going to work on that, get some eject buttons, and recap everything, and I might even take this whole mechanism back out and clean and lube everything. But if anybody has any ideas, I'm all ears. All right, thanks. See you next time.